What's up guys, I'm YJ. Today, as I mentioned before, we will take a break on the alphabet session. Instead, I will teach you how to make a sentence in Korean. For the people who are waiting for the alphabet session, we will continue next time, so don't worry. Today's video will be a little difficult, but please be patient to the end of this video. I can say that you will definitely learn something. So, how do we make a sentence in Korean? I really want to say like boom, there's one answer, just follow this one rule. But sadly, it's not really that simple. There are just so many rules, grammar, and patterns. So it will just take some time. So my plan is this video will be the first session of Korean sentence. I will teach you the patterns of Korean sentences one by one. Today, it's gonna be subject, object, verb, pattern. Okay? Let's go. One of the big differences between Korean and English is the sequence of a sentence. For example, in English, we say I love you, which is subject, verb, and object, right? But in Korean, we say I, you love, which is subject, object, and verb. Yes, Korean is a little different from other languages. Let me explain this in detail. To say I love you, we say I, you love. As Korean words, 나, 너, 사랑하다. But it's not a complete sentence. In a full sentence, we actually say 나는 너를 사랑해. Do you see the difference? But why is it different? Now, we need to talk about the grammar. But I will try my best to minimize using technical grammar terms. That's not my style. Okay, let's go. So, here is the rule. We use some helping words for subjects and objects. For a subject, we use 은, 는, 이, 가. They are helping words. If the last word of a subject has a bottom part, like 그들, which is they, we put 은 or 이. So, it becomes 그들은 or 그들이. If the last word of a subject doesn't have a bottom part, like 너, which is you, we put 는 or 가. So, it becomes 너는 or 너가. Okay? For an object, we put 을 or 를 as a helping word. So, if the last word of an object has a bottom part, like 한국, which is Korea, we put 을. So, it becomes 한국을. If the last word of an object doesn't have a bottom part, like 사과, which is an apple, we put 를. So, it becomes 사과를. So, this rule explains 나는 너를. Because 나 as a subject doesn't have a bottom part. So we put a helping word, 는, and it becomes 나는. And 너, as an object, doesn't have a bottom part. So we put a helping word, 를, and it becomes 너를. Right? Then the last question is, why does 사랑하다 change to 사랑해? Right? The reason is, for verbs, we have basic dictionary forms which end with 다, like 사랑하다. But we also have conjugated forms, which is 사랑해. In a real conversation, we use this conjugated form. It's like same as every other language. For example, in English, we have, has, love, loves, like, likes, something like that. In this case, 사랑하다 is conjugated to 사랑해. That's why we say 나는 너를 사랑해. But the thing is, there are just so many verbs, and how are you going to memorize all the conjugated forms, right? But thankfully, we have some websites and apps that you can use to find conjugated forms. I left a link below, and I will teach you how to use it. First, find the dictionary form of whatever word you want to know from a Korean dictionary. For example, if you find love in a Korean dictionary, it will say 사랑하다. Second, with the dictionary form, go to the website or apps that I left as a link here and search a conjugated form. So, like here, you put 사랑하다, which is a dictionary form, then you will get a result like this. Among them, declarative present, informal law will be what we are looking for. In this case, as we expected, it's 사랑해. Right? Alright, now you are ready to practice. Let's take a look at the example. To say we listen to music, we say we music listen to. Right? As Korean words, 우리 음악 듣다. The last word of the subject doesn't have a bottom part, so it becomes 우리는 or 우리가. The last word of the object has a bottom part, so it becomes 음악을. And on the website, if you search 듣다, which is a dictionary form, you will get the conjugated form 들어, right? So it will be 들어. We now have the complete sentence. 우리는 음악을 들어, right? But this is not a polite version. If you want to make it polite, you can just add 요 at the end, like 우리는 음악을 들어요. Let's see another example. In English, they like BTS. In Korean, they BTS like. As Korean words, 그들 방탄소년단 좋아하다. the last word of the subject has a bottom part, so it becomes 그들은 or 그들이. The last word of the object has a bottom part too, so it becomes 방탄소년단을, right? And on the website, if you search 좋아하다, which is a dictionary form, you will get the conjugated form 좋아해. So it becomes 좋아해. Finally, we have the complete sentence. 그들은 방탄소년단을 좋아해. Again, if you want to make it polite, you can just put 요 at the end, like 그들은 방탄소년단을 좋아해요. Okay? Alright, that's it for today. I know it must have been difficult for some of you guys, but don't worry, we will continue to practice together. Okay? And before we finish, I will give you a quiz. From what we learned today, please write "We love BTS" in Korean in the comments. Okay? Alright, Learning K family, see you next time.